And the question is, where is the offense going to come from for Florida State? Because we know their pitching and defense are good enough to get them to Omaha.
That has to be.
Really shut down a powerful Hoos lineup. The 3-2. Tampa foul. Here comes the 3-2. Again from McKee. Called strike 3. A sinking fastball. See if you can guess whose kid this is.
One of the best. One of the best.
The son of Gary Sheffield takes a sophomore from Tampa, just like his dad. Swings and misses in the count 0-2.
Hey.
And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes and back-to-back strikeouts from McKee to start the first. Big buzz from this crowd in the 3-0. Inside ball 4, it's a 2-out walk. The first base runner of the night is Carnes of the Flau'Jae Stadium.
Crazy.
All 3 games before it started. They just had the biggest midweek crowd ever last week. There is a lot of talent, and they're going to continue to get better. 2-1 off the end of the bat, and they count 2-2. 2-2 the count. McKee's pitch on the ground is short. Carson Kersel, glove flip to second, and the inning is over. A 2-out walk, a man left.
Nobody starts with strike 1.
First pitch to Drew Burris, and he swings and pops it up. Chase Williams moving towards the line and makes the catch at foul ground. And pounds on the railing.
Fire. He's a guy that's going to find his rhythm. Great play.
Here is Vaughn Lackey, the star catcher for Georgia Tech, who fouls it back. He has been absolutely unbelievable as you see the numbers. Tremendous athlete, great defensive reputation of the great catchers that they've had come through this program. And he bounces that one towards the middle and through for a 1-out single. First hit of the night. And Lackey, who runs well, is aboard with 1 out. 3-0 with Lackey at first in the last of the first. And he takes a high strike. It's 3-1. Here comes the 3-1. Up and in, ball 4. And Georgia Tech threatening with 2 on and 1 out here in the first. There are paid to Hernandez, but he is one of the top hitters in the conference as well. As he takes a strike.
Center field gap like in BP today. It's a good sign.
Swing and a miss. He had a big rip in that fastball in the count. Options here, 1 and 2, the pitch. Went to the changeup and got him to swing over the top of it for out number 2. Boy, that was a nasty pitch.
Great, such a good player. Such a good player.
The 1-0, he swings and skies 1 to right. Stutzer over, makes the catch, and Mendez pitches out of the first and second. Just 1 game where he's allowed 4 or more earned runs this season. That was against Pitt, where he gave up 6. He slides over, a native of Cabin John, Maryland. Bouncer foul, and the count 1 and 2. Slider, Phil coming. And how did that pitch make you feel? Probably felt pretty good to lay off that one. And the 3-2 coming. Down low, ball 4. A leadoff walk to put him in the second. If there is a knock on McKee, it's the walk.
I think that's been a big way he's been able to pick up for those walks, is getting ground balls after a walk.
Chase Williams bunts through that one, changing speed. And hit over 300 for the Noles last year. Squares the bunt again. I think he bunted through that one. That's a foul by the Dodgers in 2024 Waits. The 0-2, and he slaps it foul down the left field line. I have to wonder how much that Schultz havoc with his legs, because he is as fast as anybody. Rolling through the right side, that's a base hit. Putting him around second, he'll head to third, and Florida State has them at the corners with nobody out in the second. Waits, Williams the lead from first, he's running. The pitch is a ball, the throw by Lackey. He is out, he overslid the bag. What a throw from Vaughn Lackey.
This ball game.
Terrific baseball IQ as well. Stutzer squares the bunt, bunts it in the air, and Lackey won't have a play. They count 1 and 1. Well, now
Miles Bailey, but you got a guy at the plate, and John Stutzer.
He lines it into right field. That's a base hit, and it'll give Florida State the lead. It heads to the wall, and Stutzer into second with a 1-out double. It's 1-0 Florida State. The Deerfield, Wisconsin native. He has had a rough year, and he drives one deep to left center field. It is gone. 3-0 Florida State in the second. He's not had the first half of his draft year that he was hoping for. Just came up with a big blast for the Noles.
And the biggest one of the season.
On the year. And a Check swing, he went around, and the count.
There's talent up and down this entire lineup.
Cully to center, and that's playable for Burris. 2 outs.
You think about that comeback series win.
First year with Florida State. Came from a quality program at USC as that would bounce foul. Second team all Big Ten. So I want to put pressure on guys to do more, but there are players that are capable of more than they've shown. And Dowd with a 2-out single here keeps the rally going for Florida State in the second. The 1-0 pitch. That was a well-located fastball that time, and the count 1-1. Defense.
It's huge.
2-1. Bouncer foul. I feel like that's we don't necessarily think of.
Florida State's always been a great base running team.
2-2, swing and miss. Sheffield down on strikes, and the inning is over. But Florida State gets the lead. Mendez confidence. It's like, I've got good stuff. He's got a 3-0 lead. And he evens the count against Rice. What's been the biggest growth thing for Mendez, who clearly has a strong competitive streak? If you watched regionals last year.
To both sides of the plate. Still mixes in the big breaking ball. He's a complete pitcher.
The 3-2, swing and a miss. To a breaking ball there to get against right-handed hitters than lefties. Foul the plate, we count 1-1. I mean, it is.
When he throws his slider, when he throws his cutter, he's got to get it out over the plate.
Bouncer foul, and the count 2-2. Baker swings and launches one deep to right field, and it is gone. Georgia Tech on the board on the solo blast from Will Baker. We were just talking about the home run ball and how few Mendez has given up. Both have been to left-handed hitters this year.
And back, that's the big key. He has to get that cutter slider in the outer half of the plate.
Carson Kearse takes a strike. It's 0-1. The numbers, like, you can't create a team on MLB The Show that puts together numbers like this off. That's what we're talking about, the level that Georgia Tech has played at. Kearse into left field, a base hit. A 1-out single. It'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Brocious. The 3-0. He draws a walk, and the tying runs are aboard for the powerful Drew Burris. Just like that, the home run. 2-0. Roller to third. Fisher will have one play to second. And Sheffield, for some reason, throw to first, but not in time. Lackey singled his first trip. First pitch, breaking ball strike. Good, slow curve. It's a
big opportunity for momentum for Florida State here.
The 1-1. Breaking ball fouled away, and the count 1-2.
Thanks.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Mendez blows him away with a heater, and he pitches out of the jam. The former Florida State star and ACC Player of the Year in his first year as head coach at Georgia Tech. Last year, the thing about Georgia Tech is it was here before the city built up. As Carnes goes down on strikes to start the third. And so there's a ton of green space.
See this program get back to national prominence, and they're here.
Kelvin Paulino takes a strike. It's 0-1. You've been rehabbing for a while.
Yeah, I'm still working, man.
2-2 on the ground to third. And Zuckerman will throw to first in time to get Paulino streaking down the line. 2 outs. That gave them the lead. He takes a strike. It's 0-1. McKee into the wind again. And he's ahead 0-2. This is the Christmas in Keys. The pitch. Swinging a pop-up on the infield. Advincula will make the catch. And a 1-2-3 third for Tate McKee. Will visit. Coming home to take over the program after leading Notre Dame to Omaha in 2022. As this one fouled off, a long run for Sheffield, and it will fall.
These guys, he's one of the best teachers of the game of baseball that we have.
Liner to short and caught. And that's the first out. Remind you of what Mike Martin said?
Big time, big time. You mentioned the attention to detail, and
you should never take a playoff in practice. Is that where it came from?
Yeah, always, always. I mean, he always said
2-2. The count to Kent Schmidt. A big pitch here. Instead of throw to first, the runner back. Swing and a miss. That was a hanger, and Schmidt swung through it for out number 2.
Good old backup breaking ball.
Huge, and he's hitting 6th in the lineup. strike, and the count 1-1. Now, their
country balls in play, 98 miles per hour. If you're going to strike out, you got to produce slug and homers and doubles.
2-2 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Changeup got him, and the inning is over. Leadoff single.
They come every day trying to get a little bit better. They push each other. They communicate really well. They know how to play the game hard. I think that's the thing is, as a coach, it's fun when you get to watch guys keep each other accountable of playing the game up.
These are obviously, you're a Knoll. Your brother was a Knoll. He was a great quarterback at Florida State.
I was playing in the playoffs again. Now Ramsey's one of my best friends in the world. He's one of the best people. And it's pretty cool to watch, that's for sure.
Roller to third, and Zuckerman will throw to first in time to get Setzer 2 up, 2 down.
Everything was about family and the name on the front of your jersey, and it's not about your stats or what you see on the scoreboard under your name.
Coaching here, but had to spend some time with him, and he has to be very, very proud. Zuckerman to first, and 7 in a row set down by McKee.
Every single one of West's pitches, 3-1. Starts him off with the slider right there. You got to have great pitching. Some of the best starting pitching in the country.
Off the end of the bat to second, and Sheffield will throw low, and a nice pick out of the backhand by Putnam for out number 1.
Florida State, I believe they're capable of putting all 4 together.
Carson Turst takes a strike. It's 0-1. A single. They're certainly not now. They have not scored a ton of runs, but the pitching has been very good. This will be a tough play for McCulley, and his throw first in time to get a nice job by the shortstop. 2 outs.
That's a heck of a play.
Was moving Cal Fisher back to third base, which is where he played last year. Fisher had struggled a little bit both offensively and deep.
80 pitches through 4 is a good start.
Outside, ball 4. What an at-bat from Brocious as he draws the walk with 2 outs here in the 4th, and it'll turn things over for Drew.
Pressure going into your junior year is real.
Popped up foul and out of play. 5'8". Swings and misses. It's 1-2. And right now you can see
on base at a 460 clip.
Swing and a miss. Good changeup from Mendez. Burr is down on strikes, and the inning is over. A little bit of an issue for them so far this year. Jason Blakely certainly seems that he is starting to get things settled in on Sunday.
They have Mason Patel, one of the best firemen in the entire country. Brett Barfield. Caden.
So what is it about him that makes him a good pitching coach? And leadoff man, McCulley strikes out swinging on the check swing, 1 out.
He's so smart. He is. I mean, he's a big number.
In walk rates, about average-ish. As Dowd sends it to center, Burris gets a good jump, and a headlong diving catch for out number 2. Credit for, and that's one of the things why I would be bullish on their pitching in the postseason. Miss bats is a really good.
Into analytics and the pitch calling from Matt Taylor.
The 1-2 to Sheffield, swing and a miss. McKee with a scream, and 10 in a row set down by Advincula. Hernandez against Wes Mendez for a 3rd time. And the count 1-1. Wes Mendez has done
sharp.
If there's one knock, it's that the pitch count is a little bit high. It's called strike 3. Backdoor breaking ball. Lackey thought it was
Georgia Tech.
Mendez strikes me the kind of guy at a family gathering that will.
Well said.
In the air to right, Stutzer there for out number 2. He's walked a pair. Everything else has been singles. There's a strike. I think he hasn't.
Be the determining factor.
2-2, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeout time. 2 top 5 teams have met in Atlanta since 2009. McKee's falling behind Carnes. He gets back in the count. The count is full. 8th of the night in the top of the 6th. And a grounder to short. Curse will throw him out. Leadoff man gone. And the Florida State base runner.
Settled in nicely.
Paulino sends that down the right field line and out of play. The pitch. And the count 1-2. Boy, every time he has gone.
Team action.
Gets him to chase a breaking ball, 2 outs.
got great stuff.
Eli Putnam walked and scored the first Florida State run in the second, and he swings and misses that breaking ball. Backhanded by Zuckerman. He throws across. 13 in a row set down by Tate McKee. He's keeping Georgia Tech. The top home run hitter in the lineup for Georgia Tech, and the guy that clipped him for a solo blast of the
leadoff walks, got a challenge.
Payoff. Called strike 3. Fastball had all of the plate, and strikeout number 9. Penn, their relief ace, John Abraham, getting loose. Zuckerman lines it into left. A base hit, and he'll bring up the tying run in Baker.
In the zone.
2-0. 3-0. 3-1 the count. The pitch. Fouled away. A little tardy on that fastball, and the count is
home plate. Got to be something on the outer half.
The payoff. Swinging a liner into right field. That's a base hit. Zuckerman will go to second, and the tying runs are aboard in the 6th for Georgia Tech with 1 out. The 1-0. A strike, and the count 1-1.
He's got a big arm. Use that fastball in. Hardest pitch for.
And a balk. They're just going to call a balk. He started his delivery and then didn't stop. He just. And the 1-2 to Curse. Swinging a grounder to short that's going to bring home a run. Curse beats it up. No, he's out at first. They're going to.
Any ball down here is good.
Brocious pulls back. It gets away from Carnes. A late break. And he'll still come home to score. Curse to third. He's safe. Florida State's going to challenge. Chase Williams is safe at third. The call stands. Carson Kirk. And now pulls back and takes a strike. It's 2-1. The 2-1. Brocious takes a strike. It's 2-2.
Bunt here.
2-2. And he bunts foul for strike 3, and that's the second out. So after taking the bunt, the team has used small ball to get back in the game. Burris swings and fouls it back. It's 0-1. They are really trying to.
Back to the breaking ball.
First 2 pitches have been inside to him. Breaking ball fouled away, and the count 1-2.
Hard to shoot that pitch the other way.
1-2. He pops it up. Stutzer racing in. Still coming. Can't get there. It's a base hit. Georgia Tech takes the lead. The throwback to get there. Stutzer was playing so deep he didn't have a prayer, and now Lackey diving stop by Putnam races to the bag for the out, and the inning is over. First pitch from Patel is hit in the air to left. There's Brocious, who will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the Florida State 7th. Stutzer in the air to left, way back. Brocious to the fence, and he's got it for out number 2. First pitch from the righty Patel. Fisher takes a strike. It's 0-1. It was clear he with power. He can tie the game with 1 swing. He gets tied up there by Patel. It's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 from Patel. It hit him. Hit him on the hand. A 2-out hit by pitch. And that's the first base runner for Florida State now.
Yes, sir.
Well, he takes a strike, 0-1. Started his collegiate career. The Hall of Famer Don Sutton. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. So his grandfather coached. On the ground to short. Curse will go the short way for the force, and the inning is over. Patel posts a 0. It's time to stretch it at left. So you lead the nation in extra base hits. And that's how you put up a 3 spot in the 6th. Ooh, and the second baseman, the transfer from Cal Waits. Chases that one in the count 0-2. Now here's the other.
Great on Tuesday. Nard, they're waiting for him to really get going.
To short. And Ed Vinkler retired, the leadoff man going to the 7th. Rudy Purcell has thrown the ball well.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Alex Cerdan is 0 for 3. Swings and misses, is 1-1.
It's a balk, excuse me.
Swing and miss, it's 2-2. Keeps you unfulfilled. It's like having a protein bar for dinner, which I may or may not. With Georgia Tech leading the opener of this 3-game set, and he takes strike 3 call. Dropped in a breaking ball for the second out. Chance against Mason Patel to tie or take the lead. A strike and the count 1-1. There's the 1-1. 2-1. And you know, if you're Georgia Tech, the 3-1 pitch to Schmidt. Called strike on the outside corner, and the count is full. Payoff. Pop fouling out of play. A Trey Beard for Florida State. Outside, ball 4, a 2-out walk to Schmidt.
What a great at-bat there by...
Not been very far behind Georgia Tech. Strike, count 1-1. In fact, those two played glad to have them.
Yeah, what a grab.
Fouled away in the count 1-2. Remember, and this year, the top of their order, terrific. A.J. Nessler having a great year for the Panthers. Into the hole, going to be a tough play. Throw to first, offline. It's an infield single for Zuckerman, and the 2-out rally. First pitch to the Aussie. Takes low, 1-0. Carnes couldn't believe it. Runners at first and second, the pitch. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. A pair of 2-out. The 2-1. Little tamper back to the mound. Glove by Abraham. Fires to first in time. And Abraham gets out of the bases loaded jam. First pitch. A strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Patel delivers. Fouled away. And the count 0-2. What he's doing on the mound.
Yeah, he's a pitcher.
Down up the alley in left center field. Burris on the run. He won't get there. It one hops against the fence. Braden down with a leadoff double to start the Florida State 8. The pitch. Bouncer to the left side. Past Zuckerman. Curse on the run to first. 1 out. And perhaps more importantly, the runner has to hold at second. Strike in the count 1-1. Yeah, third base, second. The 1-1. Outside corner a strike. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Swinging a bouncer. Knocked down by Patel. He will throw to first for out number 2. Dowd goes to third. The 1-0. Fouled off his foot. Count 1-1. Tying run down the line at third. The pitch. And a swing and a fly ball to center field. Burris going back. Still going back. He's to the fence and he makes the catch. And the inning is Will Bavaro. As Brocious pops it up, fouling out of play. The 2-1. Here's the 3-1. Foul back and the count is full. John Abraham came in the 6th. He is again. Maybe he can go an inning on Sunday, depending on how quickly he gets through this frame. And he just walked the leadoff man. That's the 3rd walk in the last 2 innings for Abraham. And here comes Drew Burris. And now there's a strike and the count 2-1. Runner goes. Swinging a high fly ball to left. Chase Williams going back over and makes the catch, tumbling to the ground. Faces Vaughn Lackey. Georgia Tech leading 4-3 in the 8th. The star catcher takes and it gets away from Carnes. And now an insurance run in scoring position with 1 out for the Yellow Jackets.
Correct.
3-0. Lackey takes a strike. It's 3-1. The 3-1. In the air to right. Pretty well hit. Stutzer back. He's got it on the warning track for out number 2.
A bit too.
Vincula to the right side. Fisher waits. Throws the pitcher covering, not in time. Eccles wants
for 80s.
And is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. The sophomore checks and takes a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Runner goes. Bouncer to third. And Bavaro will throw him out, and the inning is over. 1 hit since the 2nd inning. A leadoff double to Dowd in the 8th. His 28th win and 13th in conference. Swing and a miss, it's 2-2. 3-2 again. On the ground to short. Kearse has it. He will throw to first. 1 out. First pitch. Williams hits it on 1 hop from the outfield grass. A double clutch. Not in time. Calling first is safe, and it stands, and now the speedy Williams is aboard. Both. First pitch. Stutzer with a big cut, and he fouled it back. Stutzer doubled to right. Williams the lead. The pitch. A strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2. The 0-2. On the ground through the left side, a base hit. Williams is going to streak around second and have to go diving back in. First pitch to Fisher. He swings and pops it up foul. First base side, Schmidt over, but it's going to get out of play. Runners go. The pitch is ball. The throw to third, not in time. And now the inning. The 1-1. A little number back to the mound. Patel looks the runner back, throws to first. Williams coming home. He is out. He's out. Georgia Tech wins.